If a woman prays against you, just cry for mercy. And if a woman too cries, in the Bible there are no wailing men, but there are wailing women who beat their chest before the Lord. Did you hear about a woman called Anna the prophetess? She stood there for 60 years crying for the arrival of Jesus. When Jesus finally landed, that's why a woman who does not pray, your own is beyond backsliding. You are doing so, you are affecting the arrival of things, because the womb God gave you has a parallel in the spirit. It's a message to you that there is an ordination to birth things. This is not a women conference. Let's get back to my teaching. Get back to my teaching. Every time you carry that thing, my dear sister, don't just think a child. Think this is a reminder that there is capacity within me to birth, capacity within me to translate things. When the Bible says the word became flesh, don't cheapen that statement. There was a midwife, a woman, an entity. That's why the Bible does not say the spirit and the groom. It says the spirit and the bride say come. Little wonder the first person to announce a new season, the resurrection of Jesus, was a woman, was not a man. No, it was not a man. The disciples came later on. I don't believe it was coincidence. At the communion table they were all men. At Gethsemane they were all men. But when it has to do with resurrection, by the intelligence of God, there was a woman who saw him and ran to the disciples and said, I've seen him, he's risen. They were doubting, arguing, and all of that. Thomas said, I must put my hand, this and that. They were busy. But women, Pastor, help me, let me not get into this thing. Now don't be afraid. I'm not this is not a medical advice. Do you know why the devil fights fruitfulness in women? To put barrenness and that thing you call fibroid and those growths is beyond a medical condition. It's a physical parallel of something he's fighting. That's the reason why those demonic things you see, sometimes you treat and it does not go, because it is another kind of pregnancy too. You hear people tell you it was a union, some spirit came to molest you, and all of a sudden all of this happens. Is the reason why when we administer the power of God, is beyond showing that a man of God is anointed. You are correcting something. Satan is damaging a process. So the womb. But for men, don't be discouraged. Your mind, the mind of every other person, is also a soil. And then the earth itself is a soil. And Isaac sowed in that. Women, we'll talk another day. Please sit. Please sit.